Hello, welcome everyone to another FPL video. My name is Mo and today we'll be going through my team selection for game week 6, the transfers I've made, my thought process, potential transfers coming in the next couple of weeks, and also I'll be reviewing how I did in game week 5 and what's triggered those decisions and if I made a reaction, have I knee-jerked or not. So we're going through all that. In addition, I'll also be going through common questions which are for the game week, captaincy, future transfers, and kind of future fixture swings, which may have triggered any transfer kind of thought processes or moves this game week. But before we get into all that, I want to say if you've come here for the first time, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back, and hit the like button if you like the content. And in addition, hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit the subscribe button, and let's be part of the FPL INKLING family. So let's get stuck in and let's go through our team. So this week so far, or last week I should say, I got an overall score of 57 points, which was 2 points above the average. So again, I've been above the average for all 5 game weeks this season. My rank did fall by 300,000 places, so I went from around 1.3 mil to now 1.6. Am I disappointed? Effectively, yes, because I had such a good start on Saturday, but Sunday my players didn't really perform that well. Barring Ronaldo, I didn't really get much returns over the Sunday games. But let's go through and let's see what teams and what players for me have performed really well. So we had Sanchez in goal, who got me 1 point. Now, for me personally, I thought they'd be able to keep a clean sheet before Vardy scored. They technically could have conceded 3, but he conceded 1 in the end, and he got a yellow card as well. So for me personally, Sanchez could have done better. It was a difficult game, 2 offside goals. They could have lost the game, could have drew the game, but came away with a good result in the end. So for me, if you look at Sanchez generally, Crystal Palace away next week, I think he'll be able to keep a clean sheet. Crystal Palace have played well. They got beaten by Liverpool, which is a difficult game at Anfield, but they played well against Tottenham at home. So could they replicate that same home form against Brighton? So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm pretty hopeful he might be able to pull off a clean sheet there. So Brendan Williams came on for me for Trent, basically. So Trent was ill and he didn't play. He did play the 90 minutes, however, but he conceded 3 goals and got a yellow card, so got me 0 points. So whether I played him in place of Reguilon or not wouldn't have made a difference to my overall squad, because a lot of people did say to me to potentially look at bringing in Williams instead of Reguilon because of the Chelsea game. So either way, because of Trent's illness, it didn't really make much of a difference to my overall team score. Reguilon got me 1 point against Chelsea. It wasn't an ideal game. He had a really good chance to square it to, I think it was Son, or maybe I think it was Kane in the middle of the box in the first half. And unfortunately, the defender got back Thiago Silva in the right time, so that potentially could have got me a return in terms of an assist. But overall, I'm pretty disappointed with Tottenham, and their fixtures don't look that great either in the coming weeks as well. So I can show you those through. They've got Arsenal away, which is difficult next game week. Aston Villa, Newcastle seem manageable, but again, debatable in terms of current form. And then West Ham and Manchester United, again, seem difficult fixtures. I mean, they had a really good start in terms of the first 3 game weeks. Clean sheets, 9 points, top of the league. However, the last 2 game weeks have been disappointed. Losses against Crystal Palace and now Chelsea respectively. They really need to go back to the drawing board and kind of think of better plans and hopefully get some more clean sheets and some wins under their belt. Now then I had Luke Shaw. So against West Ham, what a game. So easily could have got 2-2. Gave away a penalty in the last minute. Saved by De Gea. He hasn't really performed this season so far, and his ownership has gone down and more down. So he was around about 56% at the start of the game a couple of weeks ago. However, now it's about 40-odd percent, 41% just now. He's got 18 points in 5 game weeks with 1 assist. And with the fixtures coming up, potentially I may be looking to get rid of him. Not this game week, but the game week after, for potentially some Chelsea defenders such as Rudiger or Reece James. But those fixtures for me look quite difficult defensively. So that's why I might think of getting him transferred out. But for now, he's going to stay in for this game week, and we'll have to take it forward moving on from there. Then we had Rafinha, who was in my midfield. So in terms of Rafinha, he is 75% likelihood to play at the moment due to a hip injury. Got a goal, freak goal. It was a cross more like, but got the goal in the end, got me 8 points. Hopefully he should be fit. There's midweek games this week for Leeds in the League Cup. So we should be able to get like press conferences from Bielsa and a bit more of an insight of how fit he is for the weekend. So for now, he's staying in. I'm not transferring him out. Jota got me 3 points. How did he miss that chance? Now, that chance against Crystal Palace, I'm still thinking about it. He should have buried that quite comprehensively. He missed it. And again, Liverpool's fixtures against Brentford this week, I'm looking for him to kind of get me a return there, but it hasn't paid off. The gamble on Jota hasn't paid off for me, so he's blanked in all 3 last game weeks. But I'm going to give him another game week, but then I might have to think about alternative plans in the next coming game weeks. I might be looking to move him on, obviously, with the international break and then Firmino potentially coming back. Might be thinking about another kind of player who might come in his position. And then obviously Damari Gray got 2 points, so easily could have scored this game against Aston Villa, put it past the post. He's got 3 and 3, so I'm not too disappointed with him, but I was expecting a bit more. Generally, barring Salah and Rafinha, my midfield kind of only got 5 points between the other two. Kind of expected a bit more, but in terms of my defence, I only got 3 points, so that is where I really got let down. But again, great. I'm hopeful he should get me some more points for Everton. We just have to wait and see. They still have some really good fixtures over the next few game weeks. And then we've got Mo Salah, who saved the day for me, 24 points. Well, what can I say? He needs to stop taking his shirt off when he celebrates because he keeps costing me minus 2 points. So yeah, very well done for Mo Salah. Again, I will be looking to captain him for the next game week as well, which is against Brentford away. But yeah, that kind of decision paid off for me. And, a lot of people at the moment are looking for, Mane or Salah and Mane. It's not a bad shot really, because Bruno and Mane have played well recently. So, in terms of captaincy, it's just the penalties that kind of puts it more in favour of Salah. So that's why I'm more kind of inclusive towards him. But generally, 24 points, I'll take that any day of the week. It was just a shame that Trent didn't play. So I potentially could have got some bonus points there in terms of his clean sheet as well. Then we had Ronaldo, who got me 6 points. So he got a goal. Could have had a penalty, to be fair. I'm not sure how VAR did not give that as a penalty. But if he'd got a penalty and he'd taken it, that could have got me some more points. Again, this game week, they got Aston Villa at home, so potentially a captaincy option as well. But for me, it's looking like Salah, who's going to be most likely going to be my captain. Then I brought in Danny Ings for this game week for Antonio's red card. This is what cost me the -4. Got me 5 points, so +1. Not too disappointed with that. Got me the assist for the 3rd goal for Villa. So he did his job. Hopefully I could have got more. I was hoping for more assists personally or goals from him, but I'll take 5 points. Bamford got me 5 points. Again, I thought it was quite lucky. He got the assist for that lucky goal. However, he hasn't looked very potent. And they should have had a Stonewall penalty against Newcastle. Not sure how that wasn't given by the referee or VAR. But Bamford's struggling. And I'm looking at his game weeks and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to look at you for a couple more game weeks. And if he doesn't catch form, I may look elsewhere to potentially, players like, let's say, Jimenez, who hasn't hit the ground running yet as well. Say Maximin, who's played really well. Maybe Ivan Toney if he hits a bit more form. So I'm looking at these kind of potential players as well. But Bamford really needs to pick up his pace and really needs to ensure he can bring some form to the game and get some returns for us. Because I backed him from game week 1. Barring one game week, I've had him in every single game week. And he just hasn't hit it off for me at the moment. So let's reveal our team for this game week. So for game week 6, this is the lineup. Now there's a few flags next to it, which obviously closer to the press conferences and the end of the week we'll get more of an understanding. But for now, for me, these two are fit and playing for this game week. So Sanchez in goal. So Crystal Palace away. Again, I've mentioned, potential threat is, Edouard, the new signing. He got 2 goals on his debut. Didn't score anything last week, which is understandable. Is at Anfield. They've also got Zaha, Milivojevic, all these players who create a lot of attacking returns. So he'll be on his toes and he'll need to play well. 3 at the back. At the moment I've got Alexander-Arnold against Brentford. Should be fit. It's not COVID. It's just a general illness. So I expect him to be fit and ready. He's played well so far this season. I'm expecting more returns. He got a goal in the Champions League as well before missing the game at the end of the weekend. So for me, Trent's going to be essential, especially against Brentford. Not in disrespect, they've been good defensively, but I think attacking wise, he'll definitely put their defence to the test. The next I've got Sergio Reguilón. So Reguilón, for me, the way I see it, he's been a hit and miss, to be fair. He started off really well, got a few bonus points, got a few clean sheets, but they've got Arsenal next week. Now, that's a North London derby. I expect him to really play well. I expect him to turn up. But again, clean sheet-wise, I'm hoping they can keep a clean sheet. Arsenal haven't been too clinical in terms of finishing. They've only scored 2 goals this season, and that's 1-0 wins in the last 2 games. So again, Arsenal aren't bagging in the goals. But Spurs haven't kept clean sheets in the last 2 games. They've conceded 3 and 3 respectively in 2 games. So 6 goals in 2 games. So again, Reguilon needs to make sure that the defence shores up and get some good returns. Shaw, who's been playing Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa have been hot and cold. They've been good on occasions they've been very good. And then there's been occasions where they haven't played that well. So again, it depends on which Villa turns up and which United defence turns up. So I'm hoping he can keep a clean sheet. But, you've got players like, El Ghazi, Traore, Ings and Ollie Watkins, the attacking return, so that he needs to be on shot and potentially could get a return in terms of an assist or maybe a goal. So can be hopeful there. So that's my back line. Alexander-Arnold, Reguilon and Luke Shaw. Captain is Mo Salah. Brentford away. Again, I think it should be a good game. Defensively, they've been really, really sound. So from my experience, I think, with Salah personally, it's either Ronaldo at home against Villa or Salah at Brentford. So it's out of them two. Even Leeds, Antonio seems a good option, but Salah just, for me, at the moment, seems most nailed on for captaincy for me. Got another good return last week, 12 points. And I think, if he turns it on again, there could be a couple of goals for him to really take advantage of. Now, Rafinha, we're waiting on his injury return from some news around his return from injury. Playing West Ham at home. It's going to be a difficult game because both teams like to play in a certain manner. They both like to attack. Defensively, they both have been conceding recently. So it'll be worth waiting to see how Rafinha fares in terms of recovery. But again, if he does play, I think he will have a good chance. He's starting to show a bit of form, and he was hungry to get some returns that day, so potentially might even be in his own fantasy team for all we know. But I think Rafinha is an asset with the fixtures they have at the moment. If he's fit, he should be a very good pick for Leeds United. Next is Jota. 3 disappointments in 3 games, as I mentioned. No goals, no assists, but he had some glorious chances. He just needs to get some confidence to put them away. And against Brentford, again, if he's given the chances, I think, by law of averages, it should be time that he bags a goal, right? So fingers crossed, we're keeping optimistic that he will be able to pull off a performance and get some returns. So that's why I am hopeful he'll be able to get me some returns this week. And then we've got Demarai Gray. Didn't score in the last game week, but has scored 3 and 3 before that. Should have scored last week as well. Should have made it 4 and 4. He's playing Norwich at home. Now, Everton, just like Villa, have been a bit hot and cold, so they play well in certain game weeks. So against Burnley, went 1-0 down, come back 3-1. And then on this weekend, absolutely got hammered by Villa. So it's a bit of a catch-22, which Everton will turn up. But I think, against Norwich at home, they've been probably the weakest team, Norwich, in the Premier League so far. And defensively quite weak as well. So I think Everton should have a strong enough squad, and Demarai Gray should be, part of some of the goals if they do score them in that game itself. Now, next we've got Patrick Bamford, who's playing West Ham at home. Again, he hasn't hit the ground running. I am pretty hopeful. People have had some reactions in terms of, transferring him out to Jimenez. Even St. Maximus played really well. Ivan Toney. So we've got some strikers. Even Jesus has played well. Didn't play well last week. So a lot of people have transferred Bamford out. So his ownership isn't that high at the moment, which is quite surprising considering the fixtures he has coming up. He just hasn't hit the ground running this season so far, but we'll just have to wait and see and be patient, right? I'll give him another game week or 2, and if not, then clearly I'll have to look elsewhere. I've backed him enough, but I'm pretty hopeful in the next 2 game weeks he should be able to show some form. But against West Ham as well, no disrespect, to West Ham at all, but I think, Bamford has been unlucky at times, but he needs to get into better positions to finish off the chances that they do get created for him by the Leeds team itself. And next we've got Mr. Ronaldo himself, Mr. Big Show, against Aston Villa. Scored again against West Ham, so he scored in all 3 games that he started for Manchester United after his return. So a goal against Newcastle, a goal against Young Boys in the Champions League, and then a goal against West Ham on the weekend. Unlucky not to score more goals, unlucky not to get a penalty shout. So there are looking good signs for him. Again, we talked about Luke Shaw, so am I looking to take him out for Lukaku? I haven't made my decision yet. Fixtures versus form. It's very difficult to decide. I mean, defensively it looks difficult fixtures for United, but to be fair, if they're going to score, it's probably going to be mostly through Ronaldo as well. Ronaldo's known for scoring in big games, so we'll have to make a decision around that. I haven't really made that final decision yet, but I am considering it, Lukaku or Ronaldo. I might just stick for Ronaldo for now. I might go, Chelsea in midfield and Chelsea in defence. I'm not too sure entirely what I'm going to be doing, but Lukaku definitely seems like an option I can indeed consider. But for now, it's Ronaldo, and I might even keep him for the Everton game as well. So we'll just have to wait and see how he performs and how he can carry the team itself. And then we've got Antonio, who comes back in. So I made the transfer for Antonio back into squad, coming back from his suspension. He's playing Leeds away. And in terms of Brentford after, and then Everton away. So he's got some, I think, reasonable fixtures to play in. He's always an asset when he's fit and he's not suspended to play for West Ham. So I think, there's a really good chance that he can get some good returns for us. So I've played my transfer on him, and I think he will be able to bag some goals, especially against the Leeds team, who have a weaker so-called defence this season compared to last season. Even though they did concede goals last season, but I think this season they've been a bit more fragile at the back. So that is why I brought in Antonio. I am looking at potentially a differential choice of him being captain, but I always like to go for premium. So Salah for now, followed by Ronaldo, and third choice will be Antonio for me. In terms of future plans, I'm looking in game week 7, so potentially at Chelsea players. Lukaku, I'm undecided, but potentially defender and midfielder and Lukaku if I can fit them in. I'm not going to do them all in one go, but that might be like a 2-3 week time, medium term plan for me to get them in. I'm also looking at a couple of other players, which obviously we'll discuss further. So potentially I'll be looking at someone like a Lingard if he gets more minutes, a Zaha, a Harvey Barnes. I want to see a bit more around them. And in terms of Bamford, if I do want to change him, I might look to bring back, into the squad. I could look at Ings, for example, Jimenez, Ivan Toney, or St. Maximin. So those are the teams that I can look to pick in the next couple of game weeks. But so for now, I'm not taking any hits as I've made this video. Still waiting some decisions on those two players for injury fronts, so we'll be able to find out. But I'm pretty hopeful they should be able to play. That is my squad for this week. Let me know what your thoughts are. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Also, if you haven't joined the league, pop that code in underneath my camera and join the FPL Inkling League. And lastly but not least, subscribe to FPL Inkling and join the family if you haven't done so already. Take care. Stay tuned for some more content. We'll be doing some more live contents this week as well, and we'll be discussing all the questions and decisions to make. Till then, take care and stay tuned for more content.